Well, I think I must have been up a little too early doing the last video, because when I got to this screen I did the cell membrane and probably rambled on a little bit, and then I went on to the eukaryotic cells and talked about the nucleus and other organelles. So I totally skipped over the cytoplasm and cytoskeleton. So we'll take a look at those. So, cytoplasm is basically the jelly-like material that lies inside of the cell membrane, but outside of the nucleus. So it's between the cell membrane and the nucleus. It's this stuff all in here. It has a few jobs. It aids in the movement of materials and organelles around the cell. It provides water, because it's mostly water, nutrients and building blocks, things that are floating around in them, for the cell parts to do their work. It's, like I said, it's mostly water, about 80% water, so that makes it pretty much almost clear in appearance, and it's jelly-like. So other things are found kind of floating around in the cytoplasm. The organelles will be moving around in the cytoplasm. Cytoskeleton, like we said in the last video, cyto means cell, and so this is talking about the skeleton within the cell. So it helps to provide support. Major components for the cytoskeleton are microtubules, microfilaments, and also intermediate filaments, but we don't talk about them a whole lot. The intermediate filaments are kind of in between these two. So we'll take a look at microtubules first. And we've mentioned microtubules before, only in that they make up some other cell parts like flagella and cilia and the centrioles. Okay, so it's important that you kind of understand what microtubules are. So microtubules are hollow, tubular structures. That's why we call them microtubule. Micro meaning smaller than what the eye can see, and tubule, think of like a pipe. Okay, it's like a tube. So it's a hollow tubular structure enclosed by a membrane, and they're found in both plant and animal cells. This would be one microtubule. Okay, we talked about how vesicles are moved along by little kinesins. This is the kinesin, this is the vesicle, this would be the microtubule. So it kind of acts like a highway. It's a really good cartoon description of it. Some of the functions, as part of the cytoskeleton, it maintains cell shape. It also protects the cell and enables cell motion. So things like flagella and cilia, which are made up of microtubules, are important for cell motion. It also enables intracellular transport, so acts like a highway, in other words, for things to be moved along. And it plays an important role in cell division, because that's what the centrioles and the spindle fibers are made up of. Now, microtubules are made of protein, and the subunits that come together to make these long protein tubes are called tubulin. So tubulin subunits put together makes up microtubules. And we're going to watch a video, excuse me, it's linked from the website as well, so I'll show you which one. It's a few minutes long, so I'm not going to put it right into this video, but we'll probably watch it in class, and you can watch it on your own. So the 3D movie of the inner cell, it's really cool because you can, it's kind of cool because you can kind of get a real feeling for what the cell parts look like in a real cell. And you'll see the kinesin carrying the vesicle along the microtubule highway inside it. Microfilaments are smaller. They're not like tubes. They're solid structure throughout. Okay, they're often partnered with microtubules. So they give structure and support to the cell, and they help to move organelles, but a little differently. And they help in other types of cell movements. So when we talk about how muscles work by the action of actin and myosin. And so actin and myosin are proteins that make up microtubules, and they move back and forth across each other for your muscle to contract. Also the movement of amoeba, or things that move like an amoeba, so amoeboid movements. Well, let's see if I have I think I have. Let's see. Later on we'll be looking at the amoeba, so I'll see if I can find quickly. Oh. Amoeba moving. Okay, so an amoeba moves by extending part of its cytoplasm out and then pulling the rest along behind it. So those kind of movements would be due to the movements of microfilaments. So the microfilaments would be being built in this direction and then removed from this direction. So it kind of shortens on this end and lengthens on this end. Extends itself. Oh, there. So they are found in large numbers in muscle tissue, and I used to show a little video clip, but it was a little too complicated, the way that it would show muscle movements, but I'll see if I can find another one for you sometime. So this is kind of giving you a glimpse of the cytoskeleton. The bigger tube-like structures are the microtubules, whereas the smaller, thinner, solid structures are the microfilaments. That's it for this video. We're going to move on to one on prokaryotes. Oh, wrong thing.